I've heard that life is what you make it. I say make room to grow. I'm your host, LaWanda Dockery, and this is the Make Room to Grow podcast. It all started with a dream about growing food, and who would ever imagine that growing food would lead to me learning about personal growth and development? Well, it did, and I want to bring you along for this beautiful ride. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Grow Nation. I hope that you all are well no matter where you are on the globe. Today, I want to motivate you to sow and get some seeds in the ground. We've talked before about the basics of growing, but let's focus in more on seed starting today. I'm located in Zone 7A, and we here are about a month away from our last frost. Now, that signals the start of the growing season here. That's when the ground will warm up, and we're really assured that we won't have any more freezing temperatures. Relatively assured, that is. In the meantime, there's still work to be done. Indoors, you can get your seeds, get your soil, get a container, and put it in the right spot in your house. Now is your time to experiment. So this will be my first spring season growing because remember, if you listen to my other podcasts or at the very beginning, I started in the middle of the summer last year. So this is also new for me. So I'm excited about this. The main thing is just to get going. I have some pea seeds in front of me. And just for reference, let's just start with this. What you need to do is get a container, and you're going to hear them rattle around here because I want to give you some information off the packet. We then need to get a container. So either you want to start with a seed starting plastic tray. You can start with the ones that you get in the store that are biodegradable. You can also use things that you have around your house, like an old water bottle, cut it in half, poke holes in the bottom. I've even started seeds lately on a cupcake tray. I repurposed cupcakes that we bought from a bakery, and I poked holes in the bottom of each cupcake tray, a cupcake slot. Next, we're going to talk about your potting mix, your soil. We need a nice seed starting mix, which is loose and aerated so that your seedlings will not have a problem growing roots. But we want to pre-moisten that with water. Moisten it so that it's not soggy, but that is wet enough that if you formed it with your fist, it will hold together, but that you could quickly separate it if you shook your hand. Next, you want to refer to the packet and the depth that the seed should be planted into the soil. Now, specifically referring to these peas, it goes 1 to 2 inches deep in the soil, and then you're going to cover that up. You want to make sure that your soil have no air holes in it, so you may need to pack it down just a bit, but not too much so that the seedling is not able to grow its roots. Then water it in again slightly, and then I want you to find the sunniest spot possible in your home, or if you're in a warmer climate, expose it to some sun where it won't be at danger of freezing. And then you're on your way. Just make sure that your soil stays moist and it does not dry out. There's also other helpful information on the back of the packet. You'll find out how long your seed takes to germinate. Now, this particular variety of peas, Alaska peas, takes between 8 and 12 days to germinate. Once you start to see that seedling come through the soil, you really want to make sure you have it in proper sunlight. And then you want to make sure that it never, ever dries out. Another thing is that you'll see the days of harvest, the maturity date. And peas take between 55 and 60 days until harvest. Now, there's another element to this called hardening off, where you will expose your seedlings once they grow a little more to sunlight little by little each day before you put them out permanently outdoors because they're used to the indoor climate and not outdoors. So that's the next step of this. But for now, if you just keep a close eye on your seedling, that will get you through this phase of growing. Just a few other tips. Once you get your seedling started, it is best to water it from the bottom. So you will put that container in another container which contains water. Let it sit for half an hour and then lift it out of that. You will see that the dirt that was like a lighter color will turn dark, and that will indicate that it is drinking up and wicking up the water that's in the bottom. Well, that's it, guys. You're on your way. I just wanted to challenge you today to get your seeds going. Do not delay. Start now. Until next time, I want you to think about those places in your life where you are going to be intentional about making room to grow.